Coach, this rivalry, what's it all about?
Well, you got two schools that got great respect for each other. There's obviously a lot of history behind the schools. Forget the football part, just the history of the schools. Obviously, they're a really good football team, and it's a great challenge for us. And we're honored to play these guys, one of the storied football programs in the country.
Taking your game into the city of Baltimore, I mean, what kind of meaning does it hold? I mean, taking on Notre Dame inside a stadium like M&T Bank in Baltimore.
Well, it's exciting to go, play in Baltimore. Home game for us, right down the street. Play at M&T Bank Stadium. Obviously, it's a great honor for us to play there. Grateful for the Ravens, and it would allow us to play there. It's close to home. We're excited, but we also know it's a great challenge.
And what do you see in this Notre Dame team that's one of the hottest in the country?
Yeah, they're playing really well right now. Just what they did at Clemson, number 4 team in the country, and got after them. Super impressive, and obviously they have a tough schedule every year, but you can see them catching their stride right now.
Bill, you got anything?
Not Sean answer.
Well, I mean, I guess quarterback Xavier. How do you see him playing coming out of the Cincy game?
Oh, I thought Xavier played really well. That team had won 30 straight home games, a really good football team, and I thought Xavier gave us a chance to win the game. And I also thought Masai, who hadn't played much his career, came in and did some really good things. Obviously we didn't get things done in the red zone, but I thought we moved the ball well. We just got to finish drives, and obviously it's a huge emphasis for us this week, especially against a great team like Notre Dame.
And you're expecting Xavier to start on?
Yes, X will be the starter. Again, he has had a good week of practice. Again, I thought he played well. I thought he played really well, did really well against Cincinnati, and I'm looking for good things from him.
Coach, I was going to talk to you a little bit about going against Marcus Freeman. You had mentioned that the first time you faced him when he was at Cincinnati, Navy got after Cincinnati, but then since then he's defended you pretty well. Anything in particular you're seeing that a Freeman defense brings against the option?
Well, he defends a lot of people, not just option football. I mean, that's the reason he got the Notre Dame defensive coordinator job, because Coach Kelly saw how good their defense was. Obviously done really good against option, but they defend everybody well. That's the impressive part, that he's got a really good conventional, normal defensive package, and what he does against option people. He's a really good football coach, bright, knows what he's trying to do. And like you said, we've struggled against him since that first game.
So anything in particular that you've seen that he's done? I think you played him one more time at Cincinnati. That was the game that they shut you out. And then I think you played him twice at Notre Dame, I believe, since he's been at Notre Dame. Anything in particular that he's done against the option that you thought is interesting or solid? I
mean, they're well coached. They know what they're doing. But I'll just say other guys have tried to replicate what they do, and it's not the same results. You know what I mean? It's
not the same personnel.
Not the same personnel, but, I mean, he knows what he's doing, so don't get me wrong, it's schematic too. But it's a combination. He knows exactly what he wants to do on defense. They got a good scheme, good players. So you add those two together, you know what I mean, it makes it tough sledding. But like I said, other guys watch him on tape and try to replicate it, but not the same results. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but he knows what he's doing.
Does it help that you just played Cincinnati, which I think kind of played similar to the way they did with Freeman as D coordinator against you, changing fronts quite a bit, and they had 2 hosses inside, as we talked about on the press conference Monday. I mean, that's basically what you're going to see against Notre Dame, is they're going to have great interior linemen.
Yeah, there's a lot of similar things, so that's going to be tough that way. But also, Coach Golden is their defense coordinator. You know what I mean? So I'm sure Coach Freeman will have a big say in what they do, but, we're going to wait and see, because, we played Coach Golden too. He knows option football. Played against Paul, Coach Johnson for many years.
When he was at Miami.
Yeah, right. Georgia Tech. So, I mean, Coach Golden knows option football too. So they got guys on the staff that know option football. I mean, it's going to be a tough challenge, but we're excited about it.
So needless to say, then you probably do have to call up some of what Temple did against you when he was at Temple, maybe just as...
We got to look at it all. A lot of games, Wax, we go into the game, we prepare for stuff, and we look at what they're doing, and it's totally different what we prepare for. We just throw away our game plan. But we've been doing it for so long, we just kind of try to adjust, but we'll see. If it's going to be predominantly Golden, predominantly Freeman, combination of both, we'll just kind of wait and see.
Coach, actually one. I know you're focused on this week's game, but did you get a chance to look at the schedules for the next 4 years that were released today?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I liked what I saw, but like you said, we got to focus on this week. But I saw it and brought a big smile on my face. So, not that those teams aren't hard, but yeah, I liked it.
Navy Notre Dame. What's this rivalry all about?
I mean, I think it's a pleasure when you look back at the history of it. I mean, all the guys that have come before and put the jersey on and play in this game. It's an honor to be able to do it again for the second time and just represent the academy and, the Navy as a whole.
Yeah, you've been a part of it. So, I guess how does that experience kind of help going into Saturday?
I mean, it helps playing in big games. It helps playing in games in general. You can't fake game experience, game speed. And just the atmosphere of the game will be nothing new. It's just another game, got to get it done, got to be perfect. So I'm thankful for the opportunities that I've had, to be able to play in atmospheres like this, and I'm excited to get after it again.
What is new is taking your show on the road in Maryland, like going down to Baltimore. What do you think is special about going down into downtown Baltimore? NFL Stadium. You guys are no stranger to doing that, but in Baltimore, down the road. How much are you looking forward to? Is it special for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it's right in our backyard for real. I mean, I know Notre Dame travels well, so they'll be present for sure. But I mean, it's right in our backyard. I know we'll have a good fan club. Playing in front of family, friends, everybody who comes to support us. So it's a huge opportunity. Super excited.
And it's a huge opportunity to take on one of the hottest teams in the country, coming off a huge win over Clemson. When you look at Notre Dame, what are the keys for you guys to be successful on Saturday?
I can speak obviously for the offense. We got to be close to as perfect as possible. Take care of the football. I mean, last week we had 3 drives in the first half, and 2 of them we got in the red zone. We were able to march down but couldn't finish. So we got to be able to put points up on the board, help our defense out, and just play Navy football. I think everything will take care of itself.
And then, coming out of last week's game, Cincy, how did you feel? And then kind of heading into this game, how are you feeling? Getting some game experience this year.
Yeah, I feel real good. Last game I felt real good. I felt relaxed in there, confident. My guys were responding to me, eye contact. They felt like they believed at the end of the day, and you could see it in their actions, not just their words, which was huge. Like I just said, we had our opportunities. We were able to move the football on a team like Cincinnati, which we expected, but we did it. And so now that gives us confidence moving forward. If we could just put the end piece together and finish, I think we'll be just fine.
So just learning about the Navy-Notre Dame rivalry and the history behind how it got started, how much do you know about that, and just how powerful is this game because it's bigger than football?
I don't know too much about it, but I do know, I don't know the respective year, but I know Navy helped Notre Dame in time of need, desperate time of need, and that's how the rivalry started. Again, people just look at it as a football game, but it's always more than that. So it's honestly a blessing to be able to, participate in this.
And last from me, it's a childhood dream for so many people to get to play in a big-time NFL stadium, to be the starting quarterback in an NFL venue. Just what's this moment like for you?
No, it's a huge moment. It's a huge moment for everyone that steps on this field. It's a huge moment for all the families that have done everything to raise their kids and bring them to this opportunity to live out their dreams, and we're doing it. So it's an amazing opportunity for everybody. But when you think about these opportunities, you picture yourself winning the game. You never picture yourself losing the game. So there's only one thing left to do is to go win it.
Navy, Notre Dame, this rivalry, what's it all about?
I mean, there's great tradition to it, the Naval Academy and Notre Dame, and just a great hard-nosed football game. I remember watching it growing up all the time, so this is even more fun to play in it.
You can just dress me.
Okay.
Pretend we were on camera here. So when you head down the road and play in an NFL venue like M&T Bank Stadium, it's still in Maryland, right down the road. I mean, I guess how special is it to take this game into that, stadium, that venue, for the next chapter in this game?
I think anytime we get to play in an NFL venue is super cool. Army-Navy game when we played at MetLife was super cool too. So just the atmosphere, there's a lot of stands there, a lot of people to fill it up. So super cool.
Yeah, what do you expect that atmosphere to be like when you run out of the tunnel?
Chaotic. I know a lot of my family's coming, so they'll have a good portion of that stadium filled up. So hope for the best.
About Notre Dame, one of the hottest teams in the country, coming off a huge win over Clemson. When you look at that team, what do you see? What do you see as the keys to being successful on Saturday?
I think they're very talented, and they got a good run defense. So I think the key for us defensively is going to be able to stop that run, make them a little bit more one-dimensional.
What about Michael Mayer?
Very talented. You know, they go to him a lot in the passing game, and he's also expected to block. So that's going to be a challenge for us. But I think we got a good game plan.
John, I want to say a big sack last year in the game in celebration. What do you remember about this Navy Notre Dame games that you've gotten to play in?
It was my first sack, so it was meant a lot to me. And a super cool atmosphere being able to play at Notre Dame my first time. So definitely remember it was a hard-nosed football game. We're going to have to play all 4 quarters if we want to win, and yep, super fun game.
We were talking to Anton a few days ago, and he talks about how Navy, Notre Dame, and those big-time programs are the reason you come to a school like Navy. Just what's this like to play one of the most famous brands in college football?
Definitely, when you think of college football, you think of Notre Dame. So just being able to play them among the other great teams we play in the AAC is even more reason to come to Naval Academy, but even that tradition piece there has always been there, so it even makes it more enjoyable.